hay cutting has started. So this is a 1372 Heston Massey. So we'll take a look at it. Just got the pivot going on the corn. So it's a drawbar hitch. I'd rather have with the 3-point. So Heston 1372. This was a neighbor's, and it was on the front of his tractor, and so like the tongue and the gearboxes up there have never been used before. He would have bought it, taken it apart, and put it on the front of his tractor. So, and the same with this chute. It was never on. He has his own system. So, looks like it drips a little oil. We'll figure that out. So, anyhow, I went looking for a machine, and I looked at a Kubota, a Heston, and a Kloss. And with the programs on, they're all pretty close in price. And like the Kubota I thought was going to be cheaper, but as soon as you optioned it the right way and put rolls instead of flails, it was every bit the same price as a Heston, and it was not worth even looking at, because if you're not saving a whole bunch of money, why would you buy something that they don't even stock parts on? So, but like I said, there's tens of thousands of these things in Alberta alone, and every dealer has parts for them. So, and that's the same thing with the Kloss, is they're customs approved or whatever, so they can have parts overnighted in a plane. But I'd rather go with the Massey Heston, where I can walk into a store and pick up the parts. So, but what happened was the Kloss one, he wanted me to sign a deal and do the financing before they'd even let me try it out. And the Massey guys that are the Kubota dealer, they were just fine. Take a brand new machine if you want. But they suggested that, well, they were really excited about it. And then I kind of hummed and hawed and said, there's lots of programs on it right now. And so I said, you know, I'd like it better if I could find a used machine. And so I went home, and the next day he called me all excited and says, we just got a used machine. Come in, hook onto it, and try it out. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. But this is half the price of a new one. So, but you can see from the skirting that it has some wear, and that's okay. So as you can see, I've been cutting dirt. It has the metal on metal, which is fine with me. So it's the same size. Oh, I got there we go. It's the same size as what I had. I was hoping to go to 13 foot, but I believe this is still a 12. And it doesn't, that's okay. When we picked it up, this PTO that was on there was a 540 PTO. And here, I'll do fat boy under the guard. But it says here, it says 1,000 speed PTO. So they took a PTO shaft off a brand new machine and put on it. so that I could use it. And but when I wind it up to 1,000, it acts like it's gonna fly away. So I did some cutting with it at about 540, and I did some at 800. So I'm gonna cut today and just see what works best, and then we're gonna talk about everything before or if I buy it, because like I said, I don't want to have any problems, because the new ones all come with 3-year cutter bed warranty, and that's, like I said, if I buy this is a 20-year investment. I won't buy another one for 20 years. That's how long we've had the other one, and it was very used before we got it. So, but I thought with these gearboxes never even being used, that was an advantage. And, you know, the cutter bed's been used, and it's cut thousands of acres of hay the last couple years. But when you only cut 500 acres a year, you know, there's no reason why it won't last you 20 years. And I don't suppose that I'm also going to find a bunch of land and cut, you know, 3,000 acres a year. So, like I said, 500 acres a year is all I cut. So, like I said, I don't need a brand new machine. So, but I better go take Sniper home. But thought I'd better start the tractor running and get my corn watered. I did a whole bunch of videos about spraying the corn, but then my dad sprayed the corn without me while I was at a band concert. So I don't know that I'll post it or not. So, but I will bring you guys out and show you how it cuts. Seagulls are catching the mice that I rattled out. Just gotta slow down for some tracks I made while I was hauling bales across the field and it was wet. So, anyhow, see the pivot's been moving okay. And as you can see, the wind is whipping. They now are talking about thunderstorms. See, there's no crop in that lowland, but we'll drive over it anyway and cut the dandelions down. So, it's working anyhow. Well, if you've watched the last couple minutes, then you realize that this is not the same mower. This is a 1383. I cut a bunch this morning and it was giving me problems and had speed issues, and so when the mechanic came out, we spent 3.5 hours looking at it, and he called back into the owner, and the owner said, for heaven's sakes, if he's got hay to cut, bring that piece of shit back to town and he can take a brand new mower and finish cutting hay. So that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna go try out a brand new mower. Well, we're chugging along. I don't think I should have ever run this new machine. I've only made one round with it and I already like it. But the salesman, well, it was the owner, said to me, don't worry, I want to sell you the used one because I make more money on selling used stuff than I do new stuff. Anyhow, when Wyatt gets back, I'll have to shoot some video of us from the outside go out after and we'll look at the swaths, but we've got our last tower we're doing, and we set it so we make a wide swath. We're driving on it, but we're doing an experiment to see how it cures out. So my assistant will be our camera person on the mowing capability. So we leave it fully out so that we're only driving on our swath with one set of tires instead of both. Where if we choked up, we drive with both sets. So we leave the mower fully out. Slowing down. Anyhow, we just put the deflector down to see how this will dry. Anyhow, you can see that it's well crimped. So I will keep us in the loop of how it cures out, but it's definitely conditioned. Anyhow, so I thought, just for, I guess I was gonna say a bad word, just for giggles, we thought we'd try it. So like I said, by leaving it out all the way, then I only drove on it in one spot. So there's my slough, and it made me mad that that slough's full of water, because usually in that slough I'll cut grass. I planted that to grass after the year I established the alfalfa. I planted all my lowlands to grass when they dried out. So anyhow, the grass, you'd go 5 feet tall there. You see I pivot track. So this is how the rest of the swaths look. Anyhow, it's just as conditioned, but like I said, it's narrow enough. I have it set as wide as I can make it on the chute, but the faster you drive, the thinner the swath. So the height looks good. On the other machine that I had, the adjustment for the height was seized, so you couldn't adjust it. And so, but like I said, it was nice of them to tell us just to come hook on this brand new machine. As you can see, the difference is there the pivot is, and when we started this morning, the pivot was just starting on the corn. So we'll have a look at this machine. Like I said, 1383. I believe it's 13 feet. Well, the paint's still on the rollers. So then it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 turtles, but they're the bigger turtles, the same as the self-propelled units have, versus what I had before. And then it has the little roller to help you feed into it. On my old one, it doesn't have this, and it had a little plate right here, and we took it out so that the dirt could fall out. But here, there's enough of a gap for the dirt to fall. So anyhow, it cut like a son of a gun. I probably should have never used it, because now I'm not going to want to give it back. But this is must be a little kicker to help the hay come around the corner so that you don't wear it out right there. So it brings it from this tower, and then anything here has a little kicker to help bring it in. So anyhow, it worked like a dream. You can set that down, Wyatt. But it's got a pretty heavy duty frame on it. like I said, it's got a different height adjustment. I would say it's comparable to the New Holland, at least the New Hollands I've seen, or it's comparable to that. And it's got the little holes for you to put the fins in so that you can spread the hay out differently. So you can see we got this opened up as wide as it can. So then we just put our deflector down so we could try it out. But it has the bigger tires than what mine had in it, or on it, I should say. And like I said, the other one I tried was basically the same machine as mine, just with a couple different access doors. So anyhow, that's what it looks like in there. Those are your two rollers, and this is how your rollers are driven, and that comes off that gearbox there, and that gearbox drives these two rollers, and then it goes down to the cutter bed. There, well, and that's the pressure gauge, and I have no idea where it's supposed to be, but when I drop it, it's in the green zone, so we think that means that's good. So if I use it again, I'll ask for a book and I'll learn. But like I said, it doesn't take long to get dirty. Oh, I just threw all those leaves in Wyatt's face. He's really proud of me. Anyhow, so it's kind of nice. It's got a little ram there to hold the pressure rather than all that other spring crap. Because I'll tell you, on my old machine, I've changed all those springs. So anyhow, it looks like a pretty nice unit. It's got the tongue mount. So, and they say that this is supposed to be better than the 1372, whatever I had earlier today. It was the 1372, I think it was, and this is supposed to be a little bit beefier, and it has a swivel there, and it's supposed to ride better. But I just cut hay with it, so. Anyhow, we've had fun cutting hay, and we're done cutting hay till tomorrow, and we'll go find another field to cut. So be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and have yourselves a great day.